So derivatives, we have to see what are the derivatives. We have done already limits. So first of all, we will see that derivative at a point. Derivative at a point. If we see as per the mathematics, the derivative at a point, actually what is derivative? Derivative is a it represent the slope of a tangent. Suppose this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay. So and there is if there is a slope like this and P point, there is a point P, and if we draw the tangent at this point, if we draw the tangent at this point, touching this point, and this tangent will cut at x-axis. Okay. So this is called the slope. Slope of this tangent is called the derivative. Actually, this is the slope, and the slope of this tangent is called its derivative. This one is the slope, theta angle. This is called slope. So physically significance is this one, and slope is also called derivative. This is at this point. So this tangent is touching at point P, then it is a slope. So this is the slope theta, and this is also called the derivative. We will see in detail later on. So what is derivative at this point? At this point, derivative is denoted by f dash. Suppose you have to
Okay.
find the derivative of real number at a point A. At a point A in the domain, in its domain of function. So f is a function, its derivative f dash at point A will be equal to limit. This is the formula. You can use this formula, limit h tending to 0 f a plus h minus f a f a plus h minus f a divided by h. So by this formula you can find the derivative of any function. We are finding the derivative of a function at point A. You can say derivative of fx at point. So derivative of fx is denoted by f dash x. It is denoted by f dash x. F dash means derivative. And if you have to find at any point, so we will put that point. Otherwise, if you have to write directly f dash x, what is f dash x will be equal to limit h tending to 0 f x plus h minus fx upon h. As we have put the point, so first we will solve this, finding the limit, and at last we will put the point. So this is the formula. Let us take one example. Find the derivative of find the derivative of fx. Function fx is equal to 2x square plus 3x minus 5. At which point we have to find this derivative at x is equal to minus 1. Okay, at x is equal to minus 1. first of all we have to find the derivative at x is equal to minus 1, and also prove that f dash 0 and 3 into f dash minus 0 is equal to, also prove that f dash 0 means derivative at point 0 plus plus 3 times derivative at minus 1 is equal to 0. So first of all we have to see how to find the derivative, and limits we have already seen how to calculate the limits by doing that one. First of all we have to find f dash at minus 1. Okay, then f dash at 0 also they have asked, so f dash at minus 1. So f dash x, f dash x is equal to, always write this formula, f dash x is equal to limit h tending to 0, give a small increment fx plus h, x plus h minus fx upon h. This we have to find at which point? First of all minus 1. So we can put f dash minus 1 will be equal to limit h tending to 0, f minus 1 plus h minus f minus 1, x is replaced by minus 1 divided by h. Now you have to substitute the values and solve it. Substituting the values by the formula of fx, that is given as 2x square plus 3x minus 5. So h tending to 0, 2x cube, 2x square, sorry, 2x, x is what? Minus 1 plus h whole square. We are substituting the value of what? F minus 1 plus h. So x is replaced by minus 1 plus h plus 3 times minus 1 plus h minus 5. This is the value of f minus 1 plus h. Then minus f minus 1. Minus 1 means 2 into minus 1 whole square plus 3 into minus 1 minus 5. Actually, there are many other things, left hand derivative, right hand derivative, but in 12th class we will study. Or here we have to find only derivatives and limits. So tending to h tending to 0 divided by h. So this we have to solve. Now limit h tending to 0. 2 into 2 into a plus b whole square. So 1 square plus h square plus not plus, because here it is minus. So minus a square plus b square minus 2ab. So minus 2h will come, and 3 will multiply. So this will become minus 3 plus 3h. Minus 3 plus 3h. And minus 5 as it is. Minus 2 into minus 1 square 1, 3 into minus 1 minus 3 minus 5, and divided by h, whole divided by h. Now limit h tending to 0, h tending to 0. You can further solve it. 2 plus 2h square minus 2 to the 4h minus 5 minus 3 minus 8 plus 3h minus 3 minus 5 minus 8 minus 8 minus 2 minus 6 and this minus and minus plus 6 divided by h. ठीक है. Yes, Mudassir. I think
सर
yes.
सर हमने यहाँ इसके ऊपर वाले स्टेप में हमने लिखा है माइनस और ब्रैकेट के अंदर 2 इंटू -1 द होल स्क्वायर,
Yes.
और फिर हमें आएगा -3। तो लेकिन जब यहाँ नीचे के स्टेप में माइनस खुलेगा तो यहाँ +3 हो जाएगा ना।
But inside, you check this inside answer. Here inside, we are getting minus 3, minus 5, minus 8. Minus 8 plus 2, minus 6. That minus 6 into plus, minus plus 6. Got it?
यस ओके।
Array, we are solving first inside bracket, this bracket. So minus 3, minus 5, minus 8, minus 2, minus 6. The what will be the answer of this bracket inside? Hmm? इसका व्हाट विल बी इट्स आंसर, ये इसका आंसर क्या होगा, व्हाट विल बी इट्स आंसर, -6 होगा, नहीं होगा.
हाँ -6।
Inside the bracket we are solving. When we open the bracket, this minus and this minus will become plus. Okay.
हाँ
Now always this denominator 1 h, the h which is in denominator, it must be cancelled, otherwise if you will put the value 0 it will become infinity. So now you can see that this 6 plus 2, 8 minus 8 cancelled. Okay. Now we are left with 2h square minus 4h plus 3h, that is equal to 2h square 2h square minus 4h plus 3h is equal to what, minus h. Correct. And h is taken out, limit h tending to 0, h is common, so 2h minus 1 is left, divided by h. So h and h cancel. Now put the value of h. So 2 into 0 minus 1 is equal to -1. Got it? So we got the value of f dash. I'm writing here f dash minus 1 is equal to -1. Okay. Now, as they have asked to find f dash 0 and f dash 3 into f dash minus 1 also equal to 0. So second step we will do now. We will find f dash 0 also. So
सर हम लोग स्टार्टिंग में ही हम लोग 0 लिख सकते थे क्या सर, मतलब वो
no.
हो सकता है.
Now we have to find f dash 0. So limit h tending to 0 f and f dash minus 1, we got -1. Okay. And f dash 0 means f 0 plus h 0 plus h minus f 0 divided by h, and the value of the function is fx is equal to 2x square 2x square plus 3x minus 5. So 0 plus h you can write h, no problem. So limit h tending to 0, 0 plus h means fh. So you can write 2h square plus 3h minus 5. minus f0. F0 you can find from here also. F0 means the value of the function at 0. 0, 0, that is equal to minus 5. So here minus minus plus 5. Okay, remember I am writing directly plus minus. Okay, so this minus 5 and plus 5. This will cancel. This plus 5 and minus 5 will cancel. So we get limit h tending to 0, 2h square plus 3h. So h again common. So 2h plus 3 is left inside the bracket and upon h. So h and h cancel. Now you can put the value of h. So 2 into 0 plus
3 हो जाएगा
3.
फिर।
Answer is 3. So f dash 0 is what? F dash 0 is 3. Now we have to show in our textbook only simple questions, only finding derivatives. We'll do that question, don't worry. So now we have to show that f dash 0 plus 3 times f dash minus 1. This value we have to find equal to 0. We have to show equal to 0. So minus 1, f dash minus 1. This is dash, huh? Small dash. So f dash 0, what is f dash 0? F dash 0 is 3 plus 3 into f dash minus 1 is minus 1. So minus 3, so 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. This is also called first principle of derivative. By finding this by the first principle of derivative, this is also called the first principle of derivative. So every year they are asking first principle of derivative. For example, we take another question. If the question is find the derivative, this is first principle. I told you what is first principle. That first 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 principle of derivative. F dash x, that we have seen already, f dash x, but that was at point. If there is no point given, then we have to find like this: limit h tending to 0, f x plus h minus fx upon h. This is the first derivative. So find the derivative of. Now directly they can ask from the function only, not at the point. Find the derivative. Find the derivative of the function. It is very important, find the derivative. Find the derivative of fx is equal to 1 by x. Fx is equal to 1 by x from first principle. It is important to write from first principle because now we will study where we don't use the first principle. So first we have first principle in our course. So we will do the first principle. So from the first principle, you have seen that by first principle we can use this theorem. So dash x, f dash x will be equal to limit h tending to 0, f x plus h minus fx divided by h. Okay, And as per the definition now, fx plus h will be 1 upon x plus h. So you can write now limit h tending to 0, 1 by x plus h, according to the formula of function 1 by x plus h, and this will be 1 by x and whole divided by h. This you have to solve and find. Now take the LCM. Limit h tending to 0. This is a denominator h we are writing here. No? After that it will come. Now we are taking the LCM of in the denominator of the numerator 1, x plus h into x, and this x will multiply with this one, and x plus h will multiply with minus 1, so minus x minus h, so minus minus cancel. So always I told you before putting the value of h, this denominator h should be removed always, otherwise you will get infinity and you will not get the derivative value of derivative. It will not exist. So this h will come here, and this h and this h will cancel. You get at last limit h tending to 0 minus 1 upon x into x plus h. Okay. Now at last in limit also you have to put the value of h. When you are substituting value of h, this limit will be removed. Minus 1 upon x into x plus 0 is x into x square. So answer is minus 1 by x square. Okay. So this is the derivative from the first principle. Our exercise number 13.2. Now we can do whole exercise 13.2.
सर एक डाउट है सर, हम ये डेरिवेटिव लिमिट के बिना नहीं निकाल सकते डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला
Yes,
लगा
we
के?
can do it. We will go to that point also. We have to study in details about derivatives. This is just basic of derivative. There are many
ओके
other
सर.
things. It's geometrical interpretation and the formulas and other things also. I will tell you. Just wait. If I will tell you in the beginning, then you will get confused. So first of
ओके
all, we
सर.
are doing the derivative by this
लिमिट्स.
method up to question number in our exercise. We will do it some questions, starting some questions. After that, we will start how to find the derivative directly. So, okay, you can do it up to question number 4 by this way, if the first principle is given. Okay, now there are
ओके सर.
many formulas. Very important thing that I'm going to tell you about the derivatives now. Okay, so as you asked that can we do it, this is first principle. I told you this we are doing by first principle. If it is not written, that's why in the question you will find the derivative by first principle. Here you can see that in the question by first principle. If it is not written, find the derivative, then we can do it directly. How to do it directly? For that, I will show you one. I will prove one formula, then I will tell you what is that derivative, how to write directly derivative. Okay. So come back to that point. For example, suppose we have seen that f dash x, that means f dash of 1 by x. Just now we have seen f dash of 1 by x is equal to minus 1 by x square, correct? This derivative, in other way you can say operator. You know about the operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division. These are the operators. But these operators, if I will say plus minus, you can easily understand these operators operate between two values, and we are frequently done from the beginning, so we know about it. Now there is a operator there are many operators which can be operated on the function. This derivative can be written as d by dx. D by dx means derivative of function d by dx of fx means derivative of function fx. Derivative of derivative of fx. But remember that if fx is a function, if f is a function of x, then it can be differentiated with respect to x. This is called differentiation. Now differential calculus starts now. So d by dx of fx means differentiation, or we can say differentiation of fx with respect to x. This is also called as differentiation differentiation of fx with respect to x, with respect to x, sorry, with respect to x derivative. So what we have seen, either we write d by dx of fx means derivative of fx, or differentiation of fx with respect to x, or we can say f dash x, one and the same thing. Okay, so therefore we got the formula. If we want to find the derivative of a function d by dx of any function fx directly, but that formula comes from this basic formula, first principle formula, fx plus h minus fx by h. This formula gives all the derivatives. So we have to remember the derivatives. So for example, we have first formula of derivative is d by dx of, you have to remember all the formulas, or we can say d by, how it comes, d by dx of sine x. Now you can remember that differential of sine x is cos x. What we can say, differential of sine x is cos x. How it comes, I will tell you. I will tell you how we are getting the differential of sine x by cos x by first principle. So these are the basic formulas. About many formulas are there, about I think 50-60 formulas you have to remember, all formulas. So then it's easy, very easy, I will tell you, no problem. You will remember easily, don't worry. But here, how this formula came, that comes from using first principle method, that I am going to show, that how d by dx of sine x is equal to cos x. Suppose we have to find the derivative of sine x, d by dx of sine x. So as per the first principle, trigonometry will be used here, h tending to 0, sine x plus h, because what is fx here? Fx is sine x. Here fx is what? Fx function is equal to sine x. Function is sine x. So what will be fx plus h? Fx plus h will be sine x plus h. Wherever x, you have to give the increment, small increment in x. So x plus h. X is replaced by h. So sine x plus h minus sine x, same formula, divided by h. And one more formula I told you in other way, you can write like this also, theta tending to 0, sine theta upon theta, theta tending to 0 or x is always equal to 1. So that formulas will be used for limits. Now sine c minus sine d, trigonometry formula. What is sine c minus sine d? We have to use here sine c minus sine d. Sine c minus sine d. Can anybody tell me what is sin C minus sin D fast? 2. Yes. C minus D, I told you how to remember. What will come here? Sin cos or cos sin? Cos and cos
cos
C plus D
hmm,
by 2 and sine, because second
sin
part will come C minus
hmm,
D by 2.
c minus d by 2.
Okay. So by this way we can write 2 cos C plus D. That means x plus h. X plus h is C plus D by 2 into sine C minus D. X plus h minus x divided by 2 whole divided by h. Okay. Now limit h tending to 0 to, just solve the above one. 2 cos 2 cos x plus x 2x plus 2x plus h by 2 into sine h by 2. Now see this. This will become sine h by 2. Hmm. And this 2, if this 2 and h is also there, this h, instead of writing with this one, we can write here. And this 2 can go with upon h, because if you will invert it, this 2 will come here, so this 2 will disappear from here and we can write like this. Okay, got it? And as you know that the limit can go inside, in the limit we have seen that, sorry, in the limit can go inside, so limit h tending to 0. And I told you how to change. H by 2 will also tend to 0. When h is tending to 0, h by 2 will also tend to 0. So this is just this formula, so it becomes 0, it becomes 1, sorry. So its value is 1, so limit h tending to 0, we are left with only cos 2x plus 2x plus h by 2, and this will become 1. Now substitute the value of h, so cos 2x plus 0 divided by 2, that is equal to cos 2x by 2, therefore it is equal to cos x. So whenever in a question, rarely one question will be asked to find the derivative by first principle, otherwise direct derivative can be asked. So like this you can do it. So you have to remember some formulas. 1 minute left. Suppose we have seen that d by dx, like this you can find the formulas of all, but you have to remember sine x is cos x, and one very important formula in the starting, x raised to power n. X raised to power n will be equal to nx n minus 1. First formula. Second, third, like this you have to remember d by dx of cos x. When derivative will be operated, its value will change, minus sin x. Cos x will be minus sin x will be cos x. Like this, all trigonometrical ratios has formula d by dx of tan x is equal to sec square x. dy dx of sec x tan x. I will send you one list of formulas.